Mental health is very important.
Mental health is globally becoming a challenge due to a lot of crises, war, COVID-19, and social pressures.
You cannot expect an economy that is run by people who are going through a lot of psychological torture. You cannot expect that economy to boom.
You are responsible for your happiness and to make yourself happy. The more you think that your happiness will depend on others, the higher chances you have to develop a mental illness.
The whole essence of human life comes from the mind. Your mind controls everything, every aspect of your body. Your mind controls even your physical wellness. No matter how physically fit you are, if you're psychologically unstable, your body responds to it. You feel the fatigue. You feel the helplessness. You feel the horrors of life because your mind is unstable. Mental health comes in when you realize your capabilities as a human being and how you can cope amidst the stresses of life.
If you have an emotions like love, you have emotions like joy, like peace, like happiness, those emotions maintain your mental health.
Look at someone who is normally happy, outgoing, suddenly becomes reclusive, suddenly does not want to interact anymore, suddenly gets quiet. With children, even you look at a child who has outgrown bedwetting, suddenly the child starts peeing on the bed. Or you look at someone who is otherwise buoyant with work, the person doesn't feel like there is any use living anymore. The person loses interest in what they love doing, loses interest in humanity. So arousal symptoms, as we call them sometimes, they are easily startled. They hear bam, they jump. For adolescents, generally you have them acting out. Or a young man who is otherwise composed suddenly starts abusing alcohol, starts abusing drugs.
You don't even have interest to get out of bed. You don't have interest to take care of yourself. A normal person will get up, take a shower, take care of themselves, their surrounding. You get up, you are just sitting in a messed up environment. And some of the signs are just sadness. You are not happy. Restlessness, a person with mental illness cannot sit still. They can move in and out of the house many times. To sit in one place is a problem.
This consistent sleeplessness.
And in some cases, you are eating too much.
If we don't do anything about it, like probably provide psychosocial support, we might be dealing with something that will get into schizophrenia. Once your mental health is affected, once you are emotionally and psychologically traumatized, there are a lot of byproducts that can come in, especially if you don't air out the pain. That's why we're talking about non-communicable diseases, especially hypertension. When you don't deal with the root cause of a trauma, you start having bottled up feelings of horror, of pain, of helplessness, sleeplessness, and all of that works to break down the physical functioning of your body. That is how non-communicable diseases sometimes find their way in. We know that scientifically there are other causes, but in relation to trauma particularly, if you bottle up pain, it will definitely spill over and can bring in these non-communicable diseases.
Emotions such as anger, prolonged for a long period of time, result to serious mental illnesses. There is a serious connection that mental illnesses can even be the trigger to drug abuse. And in some cases, drug abuse induces mental conditions such as psychosis and in some cases schizophrenia.
Whatever beats your ability to cope is a traumatic experience. If it is not well handled, that is your journey towards mental instability. Those are some of the things that cause mental health disorders. People we see as adults now, most of them are having disorders because of childhood abuse. Many of our children have been sexually abused under our roofs by family members. That is a very serious cause of trauma. And if nothing is done, that child will grow up not able to handle meaningful relationships. The child grows up broken. So when you have trauma that is not treated, trauma in itself, not handled, can get you into a state of mental health disorder. The first step into getting trauma healing is the ability to express your pain.
People with mental health at the most always need a means to express themselves. That's the most important thing about mental health. People want to speak and to be listened to, and therapeutic theater offers the opportunity to play. Like it creates what they call a safe space for people to express themselves.
If you are in any situation that is causing you sleeplessness, any situation that has violated your dignity as a human being, speak out. To families, listen. Listen without judging. If you cannot do anything about it, refer to a center like this Trauma Healing and Resilience Center. There will be someone to listen to you and help you bounce back.
When there are problems, especially in families, we sit down, we discuss, and we resolve. Prolonging the conflict, it only prolongs the stress, which will impact your mind and body, and it can result to non-communicable diseases or even psychiatric conditions.
Neglect is something that we should not play with. Families should strengthen their bonds of love and create a safe space where we can interact and share our fears, our horrors, the things that we are ashamed to talk about without judging.
Everybody should work hard on any kind of activities that can elevate your mood, make you feel happy, make you feel belonging, make you feel useful. You hear about a concert somewhere you attend. Comedians, they improve our mental health to make stuff that we can laugh. Okay, those kind of music that they sing, and it incites your brain to feel good and to exercise yourself to dance. Those are activities. When I was working in the US mental health services, there were days that the theater will be open for me to take the client into that theater, and they will play a movie, a film, and we all watch and entertain ourselves, and from there we come back to the clinic. So that was an intervention. So theater, art, and film, movie industry can contribute to mental health improvement. They advertise this kind of film, they go and watch as a family. It improves their mental health in the sense that they are doing something together, they are learning together, and they are having fun together.